When your cat puts their paw on you at 3 a.m., do you actually know what that means? Yes, it feels sweet, it feels like affection, like your cat is just reaching out to you in the middle of the night. But behind that simple touch there is something deeper that most people miss. It is one of the most emotionally loaded things your cat can do. And if you ignore it or respond the wrong way, which most owners do, you might slowly push them away or miss what they have been trying to tell you all along. Let us start with what that moment really means. Have you ever noticed how it always happens at a specific moment? You are asleep, everything is quiet, and then suddenly a soft paw on your arm, your chest, your face. Most people think it is just affection, or maybe your cat wants food. But here is what is actually happening. Your cat is choosing that exact moment on purpose. Cats are not random creatures, they are highly aware of timing, environment, and your state. When you are asleep, your movements are minimal, your energy is calm, and your attention is unavailable. That is when your cat reaches out. Not to interrupt but to connect. Think about that for a second. They wait until the world is quiet, until you are at your most still, and then they make contact. This is not casual affection, this is intentional communication. And by the way, if your cat ever places their paw on you at night and just leaves it there, no movement, no pressure, do not brush it off. We will come back to what that really means later, and it is something most owners wish they understood sooner. Have you ever wondered why your cat does this at night and not during the day? Most people assume it is just because cats are more active at night. But here is what is actually happening. Your cat is constantly reading you. A study from the University of Lincoln found that cats are highly sensitive to human behavioral cues and adjust their actions based on subtle changes in attention and mood. But here is what that really means. Your cat does not just see you, they feel you. Your breathing, your stillness, your emotional state. At night everything becomes clearer to them. No distractions, no noise, no divided attention. And that paw. That is their way of checking in. Of saying, are you still there? Think about that for a second. While you think you are asleep and disconnected, your cat is actively monitoring the connection. Animal cognition research shows that cats often use low-intensity signals first, soft controlled behaviors before escalating. So instead of meowing or jumping, your cat chooses the gentlest possible signal. A paw. That is not random. That is restraint. And emotionally, that means your cat trusts you enough to approach you quietly instead of forcing your attention. Have you ever noticed your cat placing their paw on you and then settling in closer? Most people think it is just comfort, or maybe they are trying to get cozy. But here is what is actually happening. Your cat is marking you. Cats have scent glands in their paws, their face, and along their body. When they touch you, especially with a slow, deliberate paw, they are leaving behind invisible signals. Researchers who study feline behavior call this social marking. But in simple terms, your cat is blending you into their world. Think about that for a second. In the wild, cats only share scent with those they trust deeply. So when your cat reaches out to you at 3 a.m. and places their paw on you, they are not just touching you. They are including you. And here is where it gets even more meaningful. They are not doing this to control you. They are doing it to stabilize their environment. Because to your cat you are part of their environment. And what makes this even more powerful is this. When they mark you, they are not saying you belong to me. They are saying, you are safe enough to be part of me. And hey, if this makes sense to you, hit like and subscribe. It helps us reach more cat lovers who actually want to understand what their cat is really saying. Have you ever noticed how kittens use their paws constantly, touching, kneading, reaching? Most people think adult cats grow out of that. But here is what is actually happening. That behavior does not disappear. It evolves. In early life, kittens use their paws to communicate with their mother. They touch to seek comfort, to regulate closeness, to feel safe. And during that time something important happens. They learn control. Not too hard, not too fast, just enough. Now think about your cat placing their paw on you in the middle of the night. That same controlled behavior is still there. But now it has meaning. Behavioral scientists have observed that adult cats retain juvenile interaction patterns as a way to express trust and comfort. So what looks like a simple paw is actually a memory. A pattern of safety being repeated. Think about that for a second. Your cat is not just touching you. They are returning to a state where touch meant protection. And now, you are part of that system. Have you ever noticed how your cat behaves differently with other people? Maybe they stay distant, quiet, untouchable. But with you, they come closer. They reach out. They place their paw on you in the middle of the night. Most people think my cat just likes me more. But here is what is actually happening. Your cat is choosing you. Studies on domestic cats reveal that trust-based behaviors like initiating physical contact are reserved for specific individuals. That means every time your cat puts their paw on you, it is not routine. It is not habit. It is a decision. Think about that for a second. They are choosing you when you are most vulnerable. When you are asleep. When you are not actively engaging. That changes everything. Because this behavior is not just expression. It is exclusivity. They do not show this version of themselves to everyone. So when your cat reaches out to you at 3 a.m., that is not small. That is access. Let us go deeper. Have you ever noticed your cat places their paw on you and then just stays? No movement. No tension. No urgency. Just stillness. Here is what most people never realize. That moment is vulnerability. In the wild, a cat paw is part of their survival system. It is used to defend, to hunt, to react. But your cat is doing something completely different. They are placing that paw on you. And choosing not to use it. Think about that for a second. They are lowering their guard. On purpose. And remember earlier when I said if your cat places their paw on you and just leaves it there, do not ignore it. This is what I was talking about. Because in that moment, they are trusting you not to move suddenly. Not to react unpredictably. Not to break the connection. And here is where most owners get it wrong. They move too fast. They react too big. They interrupt the stillness. Not because they are wrong. But because they did not understand. And when that happens, the message does not land. Because that moment was fragile. And your cat was testing something very important. Can this connection stay safe even without control? Have you ever realized your cat stopped doing this? No more paw at night. No more quiet reaching. No more gentle contact. Most people think it is just a phase. But here is what is actually happening. Something has changed in how safe your cat feels. A study on domestic cat behavior patterns found that reductions in social behaviors like touch, proximity, and gentle interaction often signal a shift in emotional comfort. But what that really means is simple. Your cat is reassessing. Think about that for a second. They are not rejecting you. They are protecting themselves. And this is where most owners get it wrong. They try to force connection. More petting. More attention. More interaction. But what your cat actually needs is consistency. Calm. Predictability. Safety. Because behaviors like this cannot be forced. They can only return. So if it disappears, do not ignore it. Pay attention. Because when it comes back, it means something has been rebuilt. So when your cat puts their paw on you at 3 a.m., what are they really saying? It is not just affection. It is not random. And it is not small. It is communication. It is connection. It is trust. That is not a simple touch. That is your cat choosing you in the quietest, most vulnerable moment of their night. And that moment, it was never small to them. And it should not be small to you either.